In the last 8 months, I've spent close to 1 lakh rupees on this car, the Tata Altroz Racer. नहीं, actually है ना कुछ खर्चा नहीं हुआ है, सिर्फ fuel पे खर्चा गया है, and that's almost 1 lakh rupees for 10,000 kilometers. The car came to us at 78 kilometers bare, and now it's close to 9,500. So yeah, almost 10,000, almost 1 lakh rupees. In today's video, I'm going to tell you everything about the goods, the bad, should you buy it or not, and the rivals and बहुत सारा कुछ. Before you do that, subscribe to MotorBeam and don't forget to hit the bell icon, yeah? We've got an average mileage of 11 kilometers per liter, but on a road trip we could get close to 16 kilometers per liter. That was from Bangalore to Mumbai, and it was the best mileage ever. The worst has also gone down to a single digit of 8 kilometers per liter, and not just by me. My team has also got back with that number. But yes, when you are stuck in traffic, the mileage drops like crazy, but when you are out on open highways, this one returns a decent number. Not everything is perfect. There are some times when we face some issues, and number one being that this car is prone to tire cuts, and I have had a word with a few Altroz owners also. Earlier in the older model, not really older, मतलब थोड़ा update के पहले, this one had a 195 section tire. Now it has gone down to 185 section. Yes, the cost has gone down from 8 to 9,000 rupees per tire to 6.5 or maybe 6,000 rupees for particular brands. But then this tire is more prone to cuts, and it has happened. This tire, you can see over here, has had a small cut, and that was just because of our bad Mumbai roads or bad Mumbai patches. Side wall pe cuts बहुत prominent हो गए. The second big issue is while driving, the clutch of this car is very notchy. I cannot say it's notchy or rubbery or how is it, but the response is either on or off. There's nothing in between. So if I just press the clutch, if I dump the clutch and if I let go, can you hear that noise? When I release it, it's like, so that happens, and that is a little bit annoying. You get a jerk when you are driving, so that is something that you are not used to in a manual car. If you are not used to a manual car at all, it becomes a very big problem. And in the less 10,000 kilometers, I haven't perfected it because it keeps on being notchy even now. I like this infotainment screen. It gives a good map, wireless CarPlay, everything works perfect. The advantage feature over here is that the moment I put the indicator on, blind spot monitor यहाँ पे आता है, not on the center console. But the biggest problem is if I want to turn, like it's a last mile navigation वाला section, and मेरे को turn करना है, and the moment I put the indicator on, that thing goes off. Although I can just always cancel this out, but you know, the convenience goes off for a fact. Do you understand what I'm saying? And there have been times when the car has gotten a little too hot, or this section has gotten a little too hot, the screen starts glitching. So right now it's not glitching, luckily, but yeah, somewhere it gets hanged up in the center screen, somewhere the CarPlay does not work. So glitches on the center console keep on happening. And then there is the squeaking noise. I'm just going to reduce the fan speed. Can you hear this? So this squeaking noise keeps on coming when you are driving through a bad patch of road, or even if you go through a set of rumblers, this noise keeps coming. The seat for the passenger as well as the driver is very, very comfortable. The best part is this gets ventilation. The ventilation का button भी side में मिल जाता है, and the bolsters over here, they actually keep you snug. मतलब यहाँ पे एकदम सीधे बैठते हो आप. That is something that's very nice. Plus the ventilation, which I already mentioned, it is so good. It does not take much time. Within like a few seconds, if the car is too hot, within a few minutes, it cools down your bum and your back very, very nicely. Apart from the ventilation, the AC over here works fantastic. In the last 8 months, there have been no complaints at all. The heat has gone up right now. Even a cabin with this much black, it heats up very much. AC cools down very nicely. There's an express cooling button right over here. The moment I press it, this window will come down and you will hear the fan noise going higher. Can you hear it? Oh, cool, 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 cool. One of the things that my family appreciated while being in this car, they did not drive it as much, but sitting in this car, is the ambient lighting feature. It follows through around over here. There's some in the footwell area. There's one in the center console over here. If you can see, there's a reflection coming to my hand. So they actually appreciated the ambient lighting overall, and it gives a sporty feel altogether. What I really like, actually my family also loved it, is the storage space on doors. Like यहाँ पे आराम से 1 liter का bottle आ गया, a smaller bottle over here, or multiple small bottles can be fitted, and the door opens 90 degree. Like both the doors open 90 degree, and you can just walk out or walk in. Like I'll give you an example. The moment I try to sit over here, with my structure, I am 5 feet 6 inches, and this seat is set to my height. Even then there's enough knee room, there's enough under thigh support, and this feels like a comfortable place to be. The cushioning of the seat is also nice. My parents have appreciated so much. My mom sits ahead, but my dad wants to sit behind. Chauffeur driven तो नहीं है, लेकिन chauffeur driven का feel आ जाता है. The suspension comfort of the Tata Altroz is just next level. Just look at this. It is soft, but it is not too soft. Even for the racer, the damping has been set in such a way that there's enough steering feedback while the suspension takes in a lot of bumps. This is by far the best suspension setup in this category of cars. The boot space of the Altroz is very impressive. Here the loading lip is high, but you get a deep well inside, and if you notice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 5 backpacks are there with a lot of other stuff as well, and there's enough space for 5 more. If I take this shelf off, I can put in 2 big suitcases without having any problems. For a hatch this size, the boot space is massive. Road trips, perfect set. What I like very much about the Racer, the Tata Altroz Racer over here, is the exhaust note, because it sounds really very throaty. Just listen to this. This is not that loud, but it gives you that racer feel, and it actually keeps you engaged inside. Now you may ask, is this car fun to drive? It definitely is. Apart from the notchy clutch and the weird gearbox, which everybody is complaining and will be complaining in the video, because not everyone is happy about it, this one is very fun to drive. It actually drives also really well, and the 120 PS of power, 170 meters of torque. It just feels crazy, and you can cruise on the 6th gear at 100 km per hour without having any problems at all. The braking feedback from this car is also very nice. Like, it only gets discs at the front, there are drums at the rear, but the brakes operate really well. And if you want to overtake or get through any gap, you just can stick to your particular gear, throttle a little, and this one just goes for it. Now if you notice the situation, there's a ditch over here on the right side, there's a biker up front, and if I just want to get a view, you can see what's everywhere else. If I see the side view, I can see the front tire as well as the rear tire, so I know there's decent amount of gap on this side. So if I move it a little towards this over here, I know I'm not gonna brush. So this actually comes in very helpful here. So in this 360 view, I can also get a 3D view of the car. Although color match नहीं हो रहा है, मेरी orange and black है, ये full silver है, but yeah, you can get a 3D view of the car, and the WagonR is looking bigger than this. ये मजा नहीं आया मेरे को. The steering feedback is actually very likable. Even if you are at higher speeds, it just picks up pace, and it feels very confident to drive this car. The suspension is definitely on the softer side to give that plushness, but the damping is such a way that it actually handles corners really nicely. Tire screeching? Nah, not really a problem at all. If we consider the rivals for the Tata Altroz Racer, there is no one specific as such apart from the i20 N-Line. i20, however, is a little bit better in terms of what it has to offer, and it has an option of a DCT as well. So, वो racy feel के साथ साथ, throaty exhaust note के साथ साथ, you get that DCT gearbox, that automatic that's there. So that becomes advantageous. Here you get only manual, and that too the gearbox is a little bit notchy, so that is a bit of a problem. If I talk about the variants of the Altroz Racer, there are only 3, R1, R2 and R3. R3 is the top spec, it is the most loaded. This is the R3 and it comes at an on-road cost of 12.5 lakhs or a little more than that. But if we talk about Altroz Racer as a whole brand, there are a total of 45 variants with different permutations, combinations from the XC, XT, XM variants. It gets a CNG option, as also there's a automatic option with the normal petrol, there's a diesel option as well. So there are tons and tons of options to choose from with a multiple set of color options too. If you ask me the best variant for the Altroz, I will say get the diesel manual. There's no diesel automatic as such. Diesel manual will give you amazing mileage. It will run through like crazy. You can do road trips in this car. I've done a very good road trip on this and it was phenomenal. The best part about the Altroz is that it is comfortable for the travel while being very, very dynamic at the same time. If you get yourself the diesel variant, you will enjoy it to the max because this is the only car in the segment. This is the only hatch that has a diesel now. Baki kisi mein bhi nahi aata. No i20, no Swift, nothing. No one else get a diesel. Tata still continues with the diesel with this one.
My experience with the Altroz Racer has been a mixed bag. I like the dynamics of the car. The steering is really good, it weighs up nicely at high speeds, and I like the ventilated seats. I wear a hoodie almost always, so the ventilated seats are a very good addition for me. And I like the engine, but I don't like the clutch. The gearbox as well, the transmission, it feels very notchy. It has a spring action, but yes, love the car.
ये इसको मैंने लगभग 500 किलोमीटर चलाया है और ज़्यादातर ट्रैफिक में चलाया। सबसे अच्छी बात क्या है कि जब आप इसको ड्राइव कर रहे होते हो तो इसमें जो विजिबिलिटी है ना चारों साइड से, मतलब बाहर अच्छा दिखता है, सब कुछ क्लियर होता है। दूसरी बात ये है कि ट्रैफिक में चलाने के बावजूद मैंने फील किया कि इंजन का जो इसका ट्यूनिंग है और जो एग्जॉस्ट है तो वो एक आपको अच्छा फील देता है। दूसरी बात है इसमें जो सीट है वो एडजस्ट कर सकते हैं, अप डाउन, नीचे ऊपर, आगे पीछे, जैसा चाहो वैसा कर लो। ये सारी चीज़ें अच्छी है। और हाँ, एक चीज़ है जो मुझे बहुत प्रॉब्लम हुई उससे, जो इसका क्लच है वो, उसका पैडल अगर एक बार दब जाए ना, मतलब आप दबाते हो तो फिर वो वापस नहीं आता है, तो वो अच्छा फील नहीं देता है। तो ओवरऑल गाड़ी चलाने में मुझे बहुत मज़ा आया, लेकिन कुछ जो चीज़ें हैं वो बताना ज़रूरी है, तो मैंने बता दिया।
I have a lot of fond memories with this Altroz Racer which entered the MotorBeam fleet in September with just 70 kilometers on the auto. ये गाड़ी का unboxing, unwrapping पूरा मैंने किया था and I drove it for the initial couple of months. I liked the Altroz for the space, for the comfort and the driving manners. The engine is good enough compared to the other previous petrol engines that we have seen on the Altroz Racer, but the clutch is really weird on this car. The travel is long, the clutch release action is not up to the mark. It could have been much better. Something on the Swift and the Baleno is way better than this. The gear shifts could have been slightly better, and Tata should have actually offered a nice automatic gearbox with the Altroz Racer. That I think was a missed opportunity. Not a big fan of the racing stripes right here, but otherwise the Altroz Racer does look really good. It stands out with this orange color, and the driving feel of this car is indeed very nice. It feels like an expensive car when you drive it at high speeds. The ride quality on bad roads is really good, and in the last 8 months, over 10,000 kilometers, we have not faced any major troubles with the Altroz as such. Overall, pretty decent car. We'll miss this. It was the support car on many of our MotorBeam shoots right here, and saying goodbye to this car finally, of course, is going to be difficult for the entire team, but let's see what happens next.
There are specific things about the Altroz which I like and don't like together. Number one is the fuel tank is a little too small, already reserve pe aa chuka hai, if you can notice from over here. That is something that's annoying. And second is the air purifier, which I like with air quality index over here. If I open the window and I'll keep it open for a bit, you'll be able to notice that the AQI number will go higher. It'll take some time to load, but it works well, yeah. So inside the cabin, the air quality stays good, which is nice. Now if I talk about a proper report card for the Altroz Racer, it varies a lot for a lot of other things. Design wise, I will say it's 4 out of 5. It looks good, feels good, but not many people are a fan of the racing step in the center. Black hood and uska design to thoda quirky lagta hai, and the orange shade does stand out for sure. 4 out of 5 for the design, 5 out of 5 for the engine, but 3 out of 5 for the transmission and the gearbox. So if you average it out, maybe 4 out of 5, or you can say 3 out of 5 if we drop another point for the clutch and the gearbox being a little notchy and creating some problems for you. That said, mileage also comes down to 3 out of 5 because this one is not superb in mileage, although turbo kicks in and everything else is fine, but 120 horsepower and this does not move as fast. Normal cars like the Swift and the other cars have been faster without the turbo. So even with the turbo, yes, the power is not the best. It's like 8.5 minus, so 4 out of 5 for the engine and 2 out of 5 for the gearbox. For the driving dynamics and comfort, well, both are different things altogether. Driving dynamics I'll give 4 out of 5 again, and comfort again 5 out of 5 because this car in this segment is very, very comfortable. The list of features it has, 4 out of 5 again because it's got everything: wireless connectivity, Apple CarPlay, sunroof over here, ventilated seats, and the overall fit finish of this car is decent enough. A point goes away because of the squeaking noise. If you can hear right now, जो मैंने squeaking noise की बात की थी. The build quality feels good, but still a point goes away. For passenger comfort, again it gets 5 out of 5 because it is very comfortable for 5 people. It might be a squeeze in the second row, but then again getting in and out with the 90-degree opening doors is just superb. At the end of the day, if you are looking for this car, the pricing goes up to 12.8 lakhs, a little over 12.5 lakhs for the top end variant, which makes it a little bit expensive, but the same version of the N-Line i20 is 50,000 rupees more. So think of it in what you like and you can buy whatever you want, whatever you feel like. The Altroz, however, is very comfortable. If you like the design of the Altroz, if you like the concept of the Altroz, then the diesel manual fits in perfect. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, do hit the like button. If you have any comments, do let us know. If you want to know anything, do let us know in the comment section below. And what do you think of the Altroz Racer? Is it a half-hearted effect by Tata for not giving it an automatic or dual clutch or anything? What do you think of this? Let me know your thoughts as well. Till then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.